What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let Them Cook. I'm Josh, and we're back with another video. It's going to be a super easy weeknight meal that's super easy, super lazy, but also super flavorful. We're going to be doing some smothered cube steak, mashed potatoes, and egg gravy. This is everything that I'm going to be using. I went ahead on and did the prep work prior to recording. Um, I just didn't. I didn't feel like recording that part, but this is everything that I'm going to use in seasons and all. Don't mind the cabbage. I was supposed to cook that. I Again, I got lazy at the last minute. I was like, we're gonna scrap that. So yeah, this is everything. Again, seasons and all. Cube steak is already seasoned and everything. And the first thing we're gonna jump into is preparing the cube steak. We're gonna first start off by getting them floured, just getting them coated in a little bit of flour, and then getting them seared off in some butter and oil. So that's me. I'm dropping well, of course it's me, but I'm dropping in the butter, letting that brown up, well, letting it melt down, and then we're gonna go in with our cube steaks. Again, this is a really easy meal. Like easy, super lazy, super quick. You do have to let the cube steak cook for a while, but again, other than that, everything else came together in literal like 20 minutes, like everything else. The cube steak is something you have to let cook for a while though, because it is a tough cut of meat. So you want to let it cook down for a little bit. I'm also going to be you're going to see me adding a lot of, well, not a lot. You're going to see me adding butter and oil back to the pan several times because cube steak has absolutely no fat in it. So we want to make sure we get enough fat in there so they can remain juicy. While this is cooking, I was eating some gummy worms, the best gummy worms in the freaking world. If y'all can find them anywhere in your area, or you can order them online. Please get them. Oh my God, them some gourmet. Not gummy bears, gummy worms. The gummy bears are real good too, though. So yeah, we're just gonna add those to the pan. How was y'all weekend? I filmed this actually on Sunday, and I'm supposed to have it uploaded Sunday, but I don't know who I was kidding because my internet is trash. I'm gonna get it upgraded. I'm gonna call them this week to get it upgraded. So yeah, um, but so I just ended up waiting to upload it. So this is me. I took two of them out because they were good to go. These two just needed a little bit more cook time to brown up, because I didn't want to put no gray meat in the freaking pan. I didn't want no gray meat, so I wanted to have a nice color on it. Now, granted, when towards the end of this, I did end up taking them out and then putting them on the broiler because it's beef, so it is going to have like a little gray undertone-ish to it a little bit. So, and I wanted it crispier. And plus, I couldn't put this in the oven. If I could have put this in the oven, it would have been fine, like the whole pan. But yeah, this is me just adding back some more butter. And I think I added a little bit of oil too. And then we're going to start sauteing the peppers and onions. I'm going to be using red peppers and then a half of a white onion that I had. Just using everything that I had on hand. Nothing special, nothing special. I'm going to let those cook down for a moment. And then I'm going to add my seasonings. I like to add my seasonings at this point because I like them to bloom in the oil or whatever fat that I'm using. It just really helps bring out the flavor. So yeah, I'm just going to toss those around. And then again, I'm going to add my seasonings. This is me, all the seasonings added. And then for my liquid, I'm actually going to be using some chicken stock and a mixture of chicken stock and water. I wish I would have had beef stock because that would have just bumped up the flavor even more. But I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think to. The chicken stock was homemade, so I had already had that on hand. But I didn't even think to get beef stock. That would have really elevated it even more. But yeah, and that was just a pack of onion soup mix. Again, just to add in some additional flavor to take this cheap cut of meat to the next level. And here is the liquid. I'm just going to stir that in and take out any lumps or anything. Now, you guys will see that I don't let I'm not one to let my gravy thicken up. I just go ahead and put the meat in and let it go. It's going to thicken up as it cooks. If by any chance that you do try this out or anything, or if you make gravy or something, you see it doesn't thicken up after you let it cook for a while, just throw in a cornstarch slurry or a flour slurry, and it'll get it thickened right up. But mine end up, again, I never really wait for them to thicken up. They always thicken up as it cooks. That's also why I kind of coated the cube steak in flour, because that's going to also aid in the thickening of it. So yeah, I never wait. I just go ahead and throw the meat in, and again, it'll thicken up as it cooks. That's me just tasting for seasoning. It was pretty perfect, but it needed some dip. If I would have had some brown liquor, I would have added that in at the beginning stage because that adds amazing dip. But I just added some Worcestershire, just a splash, because it can overpower. And then I also added some additional black pepper, and then just my house season that I always make. I'm one that loves a peppery gravy. I love, 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 love peppery gravy. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, be sure to give me a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and be sure to share as well. Yeah, this when I say this was super lazy, it was super lazy. I didn't think it was gonna come out as good as it was because I was in a bit of a funk this day, and I almost didn't film this, but I'm not going back on this. Like, no, no. So I persevered and I pushed for it and I got this film and it ended up turning out a lot better than I thought. So yeah, I'm adding the cube stick back in, and then I ended up letting it cook for about 40 minutes. I did pound mine out a little bit. If you don't pound them out, you may have to cook them a little bit longer. But yeah, so and I let those cook on top of the stove because this is not a huge oven safe pan. Next we're gonna jump into the mashed potatoes. Y'all don't laugh at me for me mashing these mashed potatoes with this whisk. I could not find my potato masher. Actually, I know it is. It's in a box somewhere packed up. But I didn't feel like rummaging through that. So I was like, this whisk gonna get a job done. And plus, again, I was lazy. And I like chunky mashed potatoes anyway. I'm not someone that really likes a super smooth mashed potato. And what was in there at first was just sour cream, butter, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Nothing to write home about, just mashed potatoes. And then I'm just going to pop some additional butter on top and then let them sit on top of the stove because my stove was on, and that's going to keep them warm while everything else is cooking. Next, the broccoli. The broccoli was legit a 5-minute thing. I just chopped up a head of broccoli, seasoned it, I seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some dry onion flakes, which is something I normally don't do, but it was right there in front of me, so I was like, whatever. And then I just popped in a little bit of water, let that steam on the stove for about 5 minutes, maybe about 5 minutes, and then it was done. It was literally, again, easy. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm eating something, and I want a green. I want something green on the plate too. So that's really all it was. Yeah. So, and again, this is a super easy, lazy, but hearty meal. Like if you want something hearty but easy, like you want soul food, but you don't want to go all out. That's what I was going for. And again, it turned out so much better than I thought it would. And this is just me getting it plated up. It looked it as good as this look is me while I'm plating it is as good as it tasted. It was so freaking flavorful, like so freaking flavorful. Like this cheap cut of meat, just ooh. Now, actually, it wasn't that cheap because cubes that used to be like $2 or $3 a pack. This pack was almost $5, and it have not $5, almost $10, and it had but 4 freaking pieces in there. Inflation, I guess. But yes, this was so good, like so good and so flavorful. The only thing I was missing was a roll. Like I should have bought some at the store, but that's the only thing I was missing. But even without it, this turned out so amazing. And again, it was so quick and easy. Prep time legit took me like 5 minutes to prep everything, and the cook time took about, I'd say, an hour at the most, or probably about an hour and 20 minutes. Because again, the cube steak takes a little bit to cook. But yes, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be back on Friday with another video. Actually, maybe Thursday with another video. It's gonna be Whole30 inspired. So again, be on the lookout for that. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys then. Have a great day, y'all.